All right, we back, baby.
You blew it out
and I already
already.
blew the fucking A.
There we go.
Hold on. My bad. I have the tickers on. Okay.
All
All right, we back. And we
And
back,
we're here.
baby.
Hey.
Episode 330. Wait, fuck.
What?
Episode 133. And we back.
There we go.
Sorry, a little discombobulated right now because we had. It was my day off today, so I have that going on.
Uh-huh.
They brought Happy Dad. This is a podcast sponsored by Happy Dad. Thanks, guys, for bringing this.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
You guys.
Everybody, cheers.
Cheers.
brothers.
Thanks for
Welcome.
coming. Thanks for coming.
Thank you guys for coming. Cheers.
Whoa, that was good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
My first time having Happy Dad.
Congratulations.
Mad
Yeah.
Dad.
Always bad
Thank
dad.
you,
Mad Dad, brother.
As you can see, we have a couple special guests, or more than a couple.
A few.
We got a few special guests here with us.
Yep.
It is great for me to introduce guys that I met on a weekend that I didn't think would be. I don't know. I felt like that experience made me closer to you guys than I thought I would have had if I just met you guys on some random Saturday for a party or some shit.
Yeah.
So-
An airport works.
Yeah. So like I said, if you guys don't remember, a couple episodes ago, we went to Mexico City
For the Grand Prix.
for the
Yep.
Grand Prix, and
Mhm.
these guys all showed up. It was a great 7 days. Yeah, man. I mean, the best experience of my life. I could say right now. Going out and meeting new people, and then adding somebody to the family. Chris, introducing Chris.
That's me.
Chris, yep.
Alex, adding him to my my lover boy list. So sorry. Well, we shouldn't say that on camera. Sorry.
I felt that, but I didn't want to
He
say
could
it.
have said over there.
But we have the guy that died the day we got there, and then casually just
Dead and
resurrected
rose back,
himself.
and then rose back.
As everybody's like hungover and done drinking, John
Yeah,
comes back to life.
That's Johnny Jesus Christ right
Dude, he
there.
just casually just resurrected himself every day that we were
John
there.
was ready to party, but we were like, I think we partied too much.
Oh my god.
John and his 12 disciples.
Yeah, for real, dude. So this is John to my left, Chris,
What
Alex. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. It's a long time coming since we came back from Mexico to get this pod going on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rob. He has some shit going on. He got invited to go to prom, but not as a date, as a chaperone. So shout out to you. We'll get your insights next episode.
Yep.
Because I'm really intrigued on seeing how the life of prom is right now. Back when we went to prom, it's
What
kind
is it,
of
Gen X? No,
Yeah.
What is it? Gen
Gen
Alpha?
Alpha?
Gen Alpha.
Yeah. How they're
now.
doing it.
Yep.
We're looking at pictures. Well, they're sending pictures about their prom, and I know I was dressed the same way. Our suits were like 2 sizes bigger than what we were wearing. Now guys have 2 sizes smaller than what they should be wearing. So
But yeah, we'll get into that.
yeah, we'll get into that when we get there.
Mm.
But yeah, man, this is episode 133 of the Werkz. And the way we usually start this pod is we do our mental health check of the week.
Yep.
Since you guys are new, I'll go first. We'll go Chris.
Yep.
And then we'll kind of go down the line there, and then end with John on this side of the couch. So I'll start it off. My week was great. Didn't have any issues. Work was good. Family's good. Have a lot of stuff going on with the home renovation, so it's a little tiring here and there. But I had mentioned to you guys I had today off, so I was kind of chilling all day today. Got little stuff going on in the background with family, but I mean that's everyday life with everybody. Everybody has shit going on with their family, so yeah, man, I can't complain. So I'm alive. I got to wake up today. I'm healthy. I'm walking straight.
Let's go.
My ankle's been fucked
Wait.
up for about a month and a half, so I feel good. I'll say I'm at 8 right now.
8.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm solid 8.
Hey, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It's good,
I've been a low 5s for the
Yeah.
past couple month.
There we
So
go.
I'm at 8 right now, man.
How'd you
Okay.
mess it up?
I was playing with the kids in the backyard.
Oh. he walked over. He was trying to sneeze at the same time, and our bodies don't do that anymore.
Speak it to your mic again. Speak it.
Loop.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
Yeah. I'll go. I didn't think I heard you. But
He can throw his voice.
yeah, that was like, all right.
All right. Well, my week was pretty good. A little annoying towards yesterday, today, just carb troubles and stuff like that. Nothing major, but still things that you don't really want to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Throw little wrenches in the machine. Work overall, it was pretty good. At the end of the week, yesterday and today, the main boss wasn't there, so when boss is out,
Boss is out. Everybody plays.
Yep. And then we got some customers bringing in some treats, so that was good too. So overall, I'm gonna go 8. Also,
Dang.
it wasn't too bad. It was
Okay.
chill. I wanted the week to go by faster, but by the time Thursday hit, I was like, wait, I got shit to do. I gotta finish stuff for this weekend.
So back-to-back 8s. I like
Yep.
it. All right, Chris. How was your week?
It was pretty good. I feel like we're still kind of trying to figure out like the moving process. So I feel like part of it is like organizing all the stuff that we're bringing in from Genesis Place, and so there's that. Obviously, I still got like my full-time routine, trying to get my gym sessions in every day, and trying to make sure that she gets her gym sessions in every day, and like try to coordinate time together. And so it's been a little bit tricky, but otherwise it's been pretty good. I mean, like work's been good. Work's been pretty steady. I got the 2 locations that I'm working at, so just been a lot going on, but I feel like I've handled it well. So it's been pretty solid, and I'd probably say like 8.5 is where I'm at right now.
Oh, that's good. Hey.
And I'll say this: it's really good to have somebody by your side when you're going through some shit. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
shout out to Genesis.
Yeah.
All right, Alex. What's up with you?
Yeah, I haven't told you guys, but I think I'm going like 1 month no job. I quit my job. Just mainly to stress. So yeah, been unemployed for like about a month, not having any luck with getting responses to like interviews or anything. So it's kind of stressful. Everything like financially, everything's cool, but it is a little bit stressful. But just
Family
a lot
life?
of babysitting. I've been babysitting, brother, and that.
I was about to
Hey,
say
dog, that's the whole job right there.
family
so.
life. Hey, but I would say like enjoy this time right now.
No,
Yeah,
it's
because you get it.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you
it's
get it
super
right now.
fun.
Yeah.
Like being with the girls and with my first daughter with Aubrey, I took the max time I could take to be with her, and that was dope.
Mhm.
With my second baby, I took a week off, so I'm kind of getting it back now, getting a lot of time with her. But yeah, like I said, a little stressful. But just due to not having a job, I'm like, don't want to go under a 5.
Yeah.
I choose not to, so I'm just kind of in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, we've had, I think, episodes here where, Rob had a good amount of time without having a job. He had lost it right before the holidays hit, so he was, stressing out max. I had my boy AJ. Also, his company went under, so he got laid off. And he was I would call him like every week just to check up on him, and he was always like, man, like, I nobody's returning my calls, like nobody's returning, I'm not getting no interviews. And I'm like, man, you just gotta, just keep putting fillers out there, and eventually you'll hit. I was like, because he has a daughter as well, young daughter. I'm like, you don't know when you're gonna get this time with her again. I'm like, yes, it sucks that you're off, and you see her every day, and you have to, take her to school. I'm like, that's a blessing. Like, you get to do that for, I don't know, maybe a month. I'm like, she's gonna remember that, right? She's gonna know that you're there and all that stuff like that. So I would say just enjoy it. I know it's stressful. I can't, can't lie. That shit gets to you, especially when you know that you don't have no income coming in. You don't know when the next income is gonna come in from your side. So it's hard to stay positive, but all you can do is just have faith and stay positive, man. It's tough out there right now, but eventually you'll start rolling, and then you'll get back in the groovy things.
Yeah.
So good luck with that, man.
Yep.
Sucks.
Thank you, brother.
All right, John.
Yo,
What's up with you, man?
doing all right, man. Yeah, this week has been pretty rough on us because, for work, I mean, like I usually do solar inspections and stuff, and recently there's like not been any inspections lately, so I'm doing like installs, service calls, other stuff and shit, and yeah, pretty much just like putting out fires everywhere at all the customers and stuff.
It's called job security.
Be grateful for that one, just
That's messed up, bro.
I
love a fire right now.
That's what I'm saying. That's called job security. I mean, you might call those annoying, or like there's some shit at my work. There's like people who have like certain positions where they're complaining shit. I'm like, hey man, you might be complaining about the shit right now, but you wouldn't be complaining if you'd be home and you'd be like, fuck, I wish I had that shit.
Yeah.
That type of shit. But yeah, my bad.
Yeah, bro.
it's
Don't
good.
complain, dog. Don't complain, brother.
No, but I mean, it's like rough on me still. Like,
Sorry.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
no, on the body, like mentally, I'm cool. Just like, but it's just like the bosses too. They're like so unorganized right now, and shoot, we're like getting sued. Like,
Yo. Okay.
Hey, just get
kind of my fault.
No, he didn't say that. It was
not
allegedly.
security, brother.
Allegedly, this is no.
Who's suing you? Who's suing you?
Allegedly,
they're getting sued.
How much?
No records. No records of that.
Were you involved?
And we're gonna beat that part out right now.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, man, no, so it's like because they're selling stuff to the customer that they're not really explaining it that well, and I guess the salesman explained it one way, and then I explained it a different way, and so the customer was like, "That's not what I bought,"
Yeah. Oh.
and so yeah.
Ding.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go into any more details on that.
We don't want you to incriminate yourself.
We don't-
We're good. So yeah. So other than that stress that's going on, how was home life? How's just regular life? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. But it's just taking up so much of my time, dude.
I
Like,
bet. Yeah.
I don't get home till like 7 or 8 some days. So.
Shit.
But yeah, other than that, pretty much just the weekends we all hang out, do Easter stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's fun, get together.
Cool, man. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on and not
So-
let you not the FBI come to the door. Right now.
So 7.8.
7.8.
Hey,
Hey, there we go.
What if you weren't getting sued? Oh, this scored me, brother.
Hold on. This was stop
Hold
real
on.
quick. This dude, I could have sworn you were gonna say like a 5.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
5.5. He goes, nah, 7.8.
7.8.
Damn.
He's like, I got a Modelo in my hand. That popped it up 0.5.
Hey, we good.
Yep.
Nah, man, it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Glad you're doing all right. I do want to take a little time before we actually start this pod. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up because I'm a big basketball fan. Gilbert Arenas' son, Elijah, who committed to USC, he got in a car accident. It looked pretty bad. He was in a coma. He woke up today. They said he didn't break anything. I'm not sure. They haven't really put out that much, but prayers to him and his family, man. That's especially being that young. I know, and I don't know what happened. He could have been under the influence. He could have been doing something stupid. He was driving at 5 o'clock in the morning. Don't know why he was driving at 5 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, so I never want to see anybody young like that. Almost potentially, kill himself, and that's crazy. And that goes to show you, like, please watch out for your loved ones. Don't drink and drive. Don't take life for granted. All those bases that you hit with all those, you always enjoy every second of life because you never know, a split second, you're done.
Can be gone.
Yep. And you're done.
Definitely.
Somebody's done. Anybody you know is done. There's no take backs. There's no get backs.
Yeah, it doesn't just hurt you. It hurts a lot of people.
Yep. So,
Yep.
yeah. All right. So, guys, since we're here, let's. I know you are a chef, like a cook. You would say a cook, right? You work in the cooking industry.
Yeah.
You used to work in the cooking industry, correct? But you now work, or you were working. I'm sorry.
Father. Father.
Hey,
Full-time.
Fired.
full-time father.
Yep.
And then I just really found out right now that you work for Solar. So I just want to go kind of in that kind of, depth right now of, I would say, what is one good thing and one bad thing about what you do? Like, or as your job, like, what is one bad thing you hate about your job, and what's one good thing you love about your job? And then we'll go from there. Kind of get to know you guys a little bit more. I know you work at Disneyland, correct? Kind of.
Yes,
Maybe?
but I can't get you in. No, that's the thing. No, because that's definitely like the number one question is, hey, when can you get me in? It's like, I can, just, no, there's a list of people also asking the same questions.
I never asked for shit. No, you ain't gonna hear
No, I want to bring you in. You're
No,
like,
no,
I
you're
can't. I'm like,
Yeah, you're good. I'll
Let me get that
never.
list.
And that's one thing you'll know from me is I will never assume or ask for.
no, I never took you as that kind of person,
So
which is just
It-
another reason.
yeah, and that's just me, and that's how I grew up. I'd rather pay for my own shit, and get myself in there. And I get it. There'll be times, there might be a time where I end up there with you, that type of shit,
Yeah.
and that's cool. But like I'm not that type of person. But like, hey, Chris, when are you gonna get us in, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
No, I
yeah.
never took you as that kind of person.
So, but yeah. So Disneyland.
So worst thing is
At the
best and
happen-
worst. So I'll start with worst, I guess. Worst is probably just like, I feel like a lot of the drama that goes on in like kitchen, like, I mean, like everybody knows like, or everybody hears about like the heat that goes on in the kitchen, and it's like,
And it's not from the stove.
it's not from the stove. A lot of times it's like your coworker next to you and they're bitching about something, and it's like, is this really necessary right now? We're like 30 minutes into tickets, like
Yeah.
we don't need this right now. And like really honestly, like that's just what it is. Like I grew up just like not complaining about shit, not complaining about work, not complaining about the situation that we're in. It's just like, just get through it. Like always put your best foot forward. And I feel like because I've always done that, I've always been like successful at every job that I've gone through. Like even if like I didn't end up staying at the job, like I would just do my best, and then if that was a stepping stone, like that's how I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people there are just really privileged, because it's just like there's a lot of protections, there's a lot of like things you can get away with, but also like if you say the wrong thing, you slip up, it's like then they can really get you. And so I feel like there's a lot of eyes and ears on you all the time. So to me, that's the worst thing. Because I feel like in a kitchen, it should be like that heat all the time. Like, yeah, all that pressure, but in a good way. We're all trying to do that the same task, and I feel like it's not always like that.
Because I'm sure it's always crazy. Like
It's
I mean,
literally
like the intensity,
crazy.
like
Yeah.
the
All the time.
intensity of the situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I say heat, like that's what I mean. It's like it's always intense all the time.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a lot easier to take advantage of like some of the protections, and it's just like, do we need to really focus on that right now when we're like really in the shit?
yeah.
Because I've been through other like cooking jobs where it's like I can look next to me, and it's like we're in the trenches together. And I
Yeah.
feel like when I'm there, it's kind of like I'm in the trenches. That guy down the line is in the trenches, but like we're not. you
Yeah.
know? And I feel like I feel like there's a big disconnect. I feel like, and I work at 2 locations there, so I feel like a lot of times at one location it's like that, and then in another location it's like, oh, all the homies are here,
Mm-hmm.
and all the homies are about to get down
Yeah.
like together. So I feel like
It's my crew.
Yeah.
It's my 300 crew right
Yeah,
now. We're
yeah,
about
so-
to kick some people
exactly.
off this thing.
So I feel like that's the best part of the job is when you're like like I always say, I love a good ass whipping.
Yeah.
I love, like, I don't mind getting in there, being hot, sweaty, burning myself, sometimes cutting myself, like, but I don't mind that ass whipping if we're all gonna get through it, and we can all look at each other and be like, good fucking job.
Yeah, we fucked shit
Like,
up.
we fucked
Yeah.
it up, and everybody that walked in here left happy.
Yep.
Nothing got sent back. Like, service was fine. Tickets weren't over 30 minutes. Like, that's what feels good. And not even just that, like, also just like from the artist perspective is like you get to express yourself and recreate that same thing like consistently, plate after plate after plate after plate. And like just to be like, just to take pride in that, to be like I don't think I'm perfect, but to try to be perfect every time, it's like I can relate to like basketball in that. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like if I can go like fucking 10 for 15, like that's a good night.
That's a good night.
That's a good night. And I feel like that's how I look at it. But I want to be 15 for 15 every night. It's just not gonna happen. But like, you know, like
you might get with those one day where you're just on fire.
Yeah, it happens, brother.
Yeah, no, like literally the other night I looked over at my coworker.
Woo! Went over mine.
No, I looked over at my coworkers the other night. I was like, damn, we got our asses whipped, huh?
Yeah.
And they're looking at me like, and I was like, oh, just me. So like, but it's all good because like you can have that sense of humor too. Like in the middle of that intensity, like you could all just fucking just be human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what I love about that job. So
That's cool.
that's
All
the
right,
best thing.
Alex, what is? I'm just gonna ask you because there shouldn't be anything bad that you're going through right now. What is one great thing that is going on with your new fatherhood duties that you're doing right now since you're not working?
I was about to piggyback off of everything you just said, and you just.
Oh.
Well, no, I wanted to give him a shout out because I learned from him a lot. He got me into my first job. We worked at Chick-fil-A, so I learned a lot from him, and yeah, just like having a strong work ethic and all that stuff, and not like being the best that you can. And I don't know about you so much anymore. We haven't worked with each other in a while, but I try to be perfect. I don't want to be the person that's like that people can say, "Oh, this is we're in the shit because Alex fucked up." So I do my best in that, and it is stressful. But the worst part about cooking for me is, yes, like Chris said, is just people just sometimes don't care, and for us, we care a lot. And it could just be anything. I mean, we've really just done cooking our whole lives, but we care a lot. We don't really see the faces so much. In my last job, I did, so I could see like if people are upset or not. So the frustrating part for me is like seeing people upset when it's not my fault, because I'm going 15 for 15, brother. I'm like, hey, it's not me, dog.
Hey, Chris, what's going on, bro? He's going 50 for 15. Where you at?
Like you could put up 81 and still lose.
That is true, and that's the whole thing about that. Like cooking is that like you can do your best, but it's a team. It's a whole team, bro. And so like it's frustrating when you see people not give a shit.
And that's why Harden doesn't have a ring.
100%. I feel for you because in my line of work, it's the same thing. Like, I lead a second shift, so I have 4 or 5 people under me, and it's like when you have a certain person that you know who doesn't care, but you have 6 other people there that are kicking ass, and there's that one person, and that hole is glaring. Pause. That hole where he's lacking. Hey, where that hole where he's
probably the Johnson & Johnson.
You know what I'm saying? I told you I got the oil in the back right now. Don't worry. When the cameras turn off. But yeah, man, that hole that they leave, right? Because they're not doing shit, or they don't care about their job, or they just, half-ass shit. It's noticeable because everyone else is kicking ass, and it's just them that's not. And it's, it sucks. But I feel you guys that Because when you work, you try to be in a string, right?
Yep.
Everyone's trying to be connected. Everyone has a job. You know, if one person is lacking, you really feel it because you're like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And that's what pushed me out of my job. That like, it is what it is. I'm here now, but like, I have minimal experience compared to like the guys that I work with.
yeah.
Chefs. I've been a chef here. I've been a chef there. And you look over at them and they're like, I'm like, you know what you're doing, bro? Like they're just not trying. So like that's what pushed me out. I'm like, dude, I can't be the best one here, and having people not care. So you just, I mean, you find that anywhere, but like when you have people waiting on food, like I've always treated it in food service like, okay, my mom could be getting this food.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just people should always get what they want, no matter what industry you're in.
Mm-hmm.
But
People should not die from what you're feeding them.
Yeah.
yeah,
At the very minimum.
yeah. So it's just really frustrating to see people not care.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, for me, like what I did like about what I do like about the cooking industry is like it pushes you a lot. It could pay better, but like I love it. I know he loves it. It's really fun. It's really hard, and I just need to be like. I need to be pushed like really hard, and I find that a lot in cooking.
Well, wait till the camera's set up, and you will.
What you buy, brothers?
Yeah. All right, John. So, what is what?
God damn it!
That's
why the grill's on.
Yeah, I'm telling you. What is one thing you hate about either your job or a job that you had, and what is one great thing that you like about your job?
Like I said earlier, I guess it would be like the management, man. They're just dropping the ball. Like I go to all the customer houses all the time, and they're all saying like it's like the communication. They just don't know when their install is gonna start, or we're like late like a month.
Damn. Mm-hmm.
And like as us the field guys that go out there, and we have to deal with that. We have to deal with like their energy and shit. And, like they're pissed. And, yeah, like I said, they sue us and stuff. And, yeah, right. Strongly worded emails.
Yeah.
I
love those
those
strong
strong-
worded emails.
I had to send one of those the other day. I was like, per my last email.
No,
I had to hit him with that one because,
Yeah,
like,
oh, my bad.
No,
go
you're
for
good.
it. Go, you're good. You're good.
It's just like frustrating to deal with that all the time.
Mm.
And yeah, that's just the one thing that I hate. And then I don't know. You said one thing that we like. Well, usually when we do when I get inspections, it's just like a lot of downtime. So lately, it's been like just watching movies all the time.
Damn. Oh, we got a question for that too.
Yeah.
I got a question for you for that too.
So that's one good thing
Downtime
about it.
It's cool.
Awesome. Downtime's cool.
Yep.
All right, man. Give me one thing or one crazy ass thing that you've seen on the job. It could be job now, before, especially with, I'm sure a plate has flown through the kitchen or something at somebody else, or a knife or a fork or some shit, or somebody's been
Someone found a finger in the.
somebody's
dessert.
fucking spit in there or some shit. I'm just kidding. You don't have to say that. But yeah, give me one crazy shit that's happened to you on the job that you've seen.
Anyone?
Well, pass me for right now.
Okay.
Gotta think about that one.
The alcoholism. Nah, dude. Like
Nah, that's bad. That is bad.
it. Like people drink a lot. Like they're doing something, bro. Me, I'm doing something. I'm drinking, but like I can control myself. But I had a coworker who, and this guy's drinking Trulies, bro. He's drinking Trulies, and he's just. I love you, Oscar. You find this, brother? I'm sorry, but
Give me his Instagram. I'll send it straight to him.
Dude, I think the first week I started with him, or like the first month that he was there, he got so drunk like he fell asleep in his car, and it was just a bunch of things like that. Like, he came in so drunk one time. Like, we worked in it was a food truck, but like it was like still restaurant style menus, so we're doing a lot. But he comes in and he's walking up the steps to the truck and he just eats shit. I'm just like, and I think he was leaving early that day. Like, he had to go to a wedding, so I think that's why he got like so fucked up.
Yeah.
But like, I think he was in his car like picking his scabs like from like shaving and stuff. Oh. So he's like in there bleeding. It's just me and him, and I'm like, bro, like get away from the window, dude. Like people are like people can see you. So he ended up like leaving, and I got left alone. Fuck me. but just there's just like a lot of that's what's crazy to me, because it's just like you get so fucked up you can't do your job anymore, bro. Like, but
that happens everywhere, though. I mean, there's people that come to work and they're fucking blasted, or they take, they smoke and shit. They come in and you're looking at them like, bro, like I can tell. Like, it's like
you're not gonna work today.
Yeah.
You're not gonna work today.
You're just not available today. Like,
no,
like,
brother. Yeah. Sometimes this guy would come in, because we would start at like 5, and he'd get to the parking lot at 4, because he had a longer drive, so he would get there earlier, and he'd get off the car and he'd be stumbling like off his car. I'm like, dog, like this is how we're starting the day, brother. Yeah. Like, shoot, all right. But,
Chris?
I mean, it's literally same shit. I mean, I've seen it. I don't do it just because I don't like. I'm not functional like that. Like, I really can't. Like, there've been a number of times where like, and not at this job, at my last job, like, we'd it'd be the homies, like, they would all get the day off, and I'd be the one motherfucker that didn't get the day off. Yeah. And it's like, oh, we're having a barbecue, and it's like, all right, so I'll go pull up to the barbecue, and then I gotta go close. So I show up, I'm like 3 Trulies in and 2 shots in, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to work. And then I'm like, yo,
nah.
No, I'm at like 65% immediately, and that's all I'm gonna give today. But I mean, I've just seen a shit ton of stuff. Like, I've seen people doing coke. I've seen people like like stumbling. Like, there was one time there was a fight breakout in the dining room, like between like us, like the line, and like some of the servers, and like some of them. But like with the guests that were in, like they were fucked up.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
So like that's happened. And then there's just like other shit where it's like that one like older like Mexican dude that's like, he's got a wife and kids that work there, but like he's like flirting around with like the other girls. Like, when people talk about that like as like a joke on TikTok or whatever, like that actually does happen. Like, there's always one older guy that works there is like machismo as fuck, and is like, I'm going to fucking tear shit up. Doesn't matter. Like,
that's crazy. That's crazy that it happens everywhere. Like, yeah, you see all these stories or the shit on TikTok, or even you live it real life, where like another girl comes there and they're like, "You're messing with my man."
Oh yeah.
All right, then they have like a full ass like family on the side.
No, that dude's wife. I remember vividly walking into work, and she was like, "Oh, está so and so," and I'm like, yeah, I think so." And then I walk in, I'm like, "Is so and so here?" And they were like, "Oh shit!" And like everybody did, because that was the wife. Yeah. I had never met the wife, but like, I was like,
that's the code word.
That's my rule of thumb. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't have time to figure it out.
Yeah, at that point it clicked, and I was like, oh shit, I know what's going on now. Like,
do you guys notice like people like drinking or doing something at work? Like I said, like cooking is like and hospitality is like on the top percentage of like people who will have like alcohol problems or like drug problems. So like that's I see that a lot. I don't know if you guys see it in like what you guys do.
I mean, I have a lot of friends. I mean, a lot of coworkers who I know are like, I want to say they're alcoholics, but they do drink a lot. Um, I there was one guy that I know that was working at my job that would do that. He'd come in like blasted, and you could tell he was blasted. He just nobody ever like
Call him out.
Nobody
Let it-
was had balls enough to be like, "Are you fucking drunk?" Like, you know, like nobody wanted to go through that lawsuit kind of type of shit, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he ended up quitting. So, but yeah, man, this dude would come in and drive heavy machinery and shit, and I'm like, man, this guy's gonna kill somebody one day.
Damn.
But you know, it's not my problem. But yeah,
Oh yeah, I see that a lot. I think this job that I have right now is the only job I've seen where nobody's drinking.
really, not
What?
Yeah, bro. Every construction job I've had, there's people drinking on the job or drinking on the way there.
My nephew works and he tells me that shit too. He
Yeah.
says that's a common thing because he does he works for the insulators like over there in Long Beach, like refineries and shit. And he's like, yeah, everyone is like that. Like
You won't notice it
before-
now, but in 30 years, the insulation.
Oh, that shit sucks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I told him. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think the only difference is like this is like a big company, so that's probably why it's like easy to get kicked out. But yeah, every job I've been in, every construction job I've been in, like, people drinking.
all right. Since we're in daily life jobs and stuff like that, this podcast, if you guys don't know, I know some of you guys already knew from a month or so ago that we had this podcast, and not sure if you know what the reasoning for this podcast is, but we usually talk about mental health here. I really feel like it's a really important thing to bring up and to talk about, especially with men, because we don't like to express ourselves in that manner or even express any feelings that are even important enough to be, you know, like depression or sadness. Maybe we show anger. Like we're good at that, right? We're good at showing anger and frustration and fighting and doing all that stuff. But being vulnerable and, you know, talking about your feelings, about how sad you are, depressed you are, like what you're going through. But a lot of people don't do that. And especially me growing up, that was not a thing. My grandpa was the fucking toughest motherfucker that I know. And that's where I got it from. Was hard for me to start, but my wife and, you know, she broke me down, and I kind of started little by little, you know, expressing myself to her and my traumas and all that stuff like that. But that's why I wanted to start this podcast. I mean, it's I've known Chris for a really long time, and he's seen my ups and downs, and as much as I've grown, and, you know, being able to express myself, you know, verbally, and not just, you know, because I'm the type of person where, like, if I don't like you or you do, you know, we're cool and you do something wrong, like, I'm ghost. Like, you won't even hear from me. I'm dealing with it. It's either we're fighting or I'm gone. Like, it's one of those two, right? But, you know, now I've as I gotten older, I've learned to kind of express myself if something's bothering me, you know, and obviously you won't know, but if I tell you, then you know, then obviously we can work things out, right? So that along those lines, with the way, you know, I'm not sure how you guys grew up or, you know, what traumas you guys might be holding on to, you know, as of now. But what is one thing, I guess, that you do to take care of those kind of emotions? Like, how do you help yourself through it? Is it, you know, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Like, are you there's people who seeing therapists. Like, how do you get through it? Do you work out? You know, do you even know you're going through some shit? Like, yeah, being vulnerable. How do you, first, do you know when you're getting through or going through that type of stuff? And two, like, how do you get yourself through it? Like, is it do you know how to, is it like a regular thing, you know?
I for sure have those times where like it takes me a while to realize it, and it hits me, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I am in this like funk right now, and and it is hard to get out of it, and it is hard for me sometimes to express myself, which is funny because like when I do realize something, when I do know right away like there's something, then I'm really fast to communicate it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the ones that are, oh shoot, I didn't realize it. Over time, this has become a bigger issue for me. So I am very like, I don't like for people to see me upset or not like myself and then expect me to say something. So then it makes me awkward to say it. But like I said, I try to be I try to communicate it as fast as I can once I realize it. But I think that's the only way I know to deal with it, is try to find that right time. Obviously try not to get worse, and do my best to not be worse. Like if it's an anger thing or something that's bothering me, it's affecting someone else. So I immediately try to stop it, but and then communicate it as fast as I can. But it is this, like I said, the weird part is that like if I notice something is wrong like right away, then I communicate it. If it takes longer for me to realize it, it's hard for me to find the time to communicate it.
When since obviously I know your wife Sierra, when you guys first started,
Shout out. She wanted a shout out.
Oh, shout out Sierra. Maybe we can have you and Genesis on with Chris and Alex. That'd be cool.
Shout out because I know this happens to you. Sorry sometimes.
Yeah, that was my question. Is like I said about my wife, like when you guys first met, or I would say when you guys got married and you guys were already, in that type of relationship, how long did it take you guys to kind of communicate that with each other, or like figure out, or her to figure out your, I guess, when you're going through something, and then you figuring out when she was going through something? Like I can see it, because a lot of times too, like I'll notice, like I will be going through some shit and she'll say something, it'll be like a trigger word for me, and I'm like, oh shit, like something's wrong with me, right? And I'm not like I didn't notice it, like how you were saying, like I'd just be going through life and I'm depressed as fuck, whether it's because I'm grieving still for family members and stuff like that, and I'm going through some shit in the funk, but I'm not noticing it. But then she'll like say something like, are you okay, or like you're acting weird, or that, not weird, but like something's off, and then it's like trigger, like, oh shit, and you get a playback of like all the shit you've been doing, and you're like, oh yeah, I am, like what the fuck, like how long, or did you guys hit it off like that, like, oh, you guys are good?
So that was like actually one of the things that I liked about her the most, was that like we could communicate, because I feel like I'm pretty good at communicating, and she for sure is. So that was like something like really easy and like a really big thing off the bat that we can get like out of the way. But obviously in relationships, things come up.
Yep.
Bigger and harder things come up. Pause. And
Wow.
What? Hey, I was just letting you know here.
My ears were close.
But I've communicated to her that is a thing for me.
Yeah. So
she I think she understands that is a thing, and now it's even that communicating that to her can be hard sometimes. Like, hey, I'm going through the funk and this and that. It's kind of like hard for me. I don't know what it is. If it's like now I'm fine, which is like a whole deeper thing. It's just try to always be okay, so that everybody, like, I want to be okay for everybody else. So I think that's kind of hard for me to accept when I'm going through something. But But yeah, now that she knows that, I think it makes it a little bit easier than her not knowing at all. That does happen to me. So then we can just go from there.
That's good. Yeah, and you guys.
No, I was just gonna say that's mainly what guys do. You know, you're fine because you want to be fine for other people. Like you want to make sure that they don't. I don't know if it's you don't want anybody to feel sorry for yourself, or you don't want anybody to go to the trouble to try to quote unquote help you. You know, you don't want to feel that responsible for someone else's uncomfort.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just human nature.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just like masculine energy, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But
Yeah, no,
that's what we grew up. Grew up seeing. Like,
Yeah.
You grew up seeing. Fucking tough people. Like they never have anything wrong with them. They never cry.
I don't
never
think
sad.
Yeah, I don't think that's human. I think that's just life. That's life because even animals do it. They don't want to see them. They don't want to see the weak animal. That's kind of how you. I guess if you break it down, that's kind of what people
it's
feel.
primal. I guess that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, and it's funny because you say you're a very good communicator. This motherfucker right here, I swear to God, man, I understand. And the funny thing is like, I think I've got to know you more without even talking to you. It's just talking to Genesis and then watching you from afar. Like, I really got to understand who you are. And I think that's why when you're saying you're a communicator, it's obviously runs in the family.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I can almost probably go on a limb here and say you and Genesis have a good, rapport. And I would say when you guys are going through some shit, you guys talk it out. You guys know you guys are going through some shit and you guys kind of, work it out.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely like we don't let each other be like the. I don't want to say like we don't let each other be the weak link. I think like we definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I need to carry the weight a little bit, even though she doesn't want to like let me do it, like what we do fight each other on is like we both want to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes if she can't handle it and I can, she won't let me, or it takes a little bit of that struggle for her to like finally just be like,
let it go.
It's cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like he's got it.
Mm-hmm.
And same with me. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm just not one of those people that can just go through the motions all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't just live every day. And I think that's just by nature or like by like just the product of like what my life is like right now. Like my routine is like, I don't live close to work. So, and I haven't lived close to her ever until just now, that like I have to have everything on lock all the time. Mm-hmm. And if I miss something, and this is like when my uncle was saying this in Mexico City, was like, if you miss something by 5 minutes, your whole day's fucked.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel like every day. So when he said that, like I relate to that. So I feel like I have to have everything down to the fucking like letter. Everything has to be always going the way it needs to go. And if it doesn't, like my whole day's fucked. And I'm not having a good day that day.
Yeah.
And for the most part, she's hearing it. Like, I know she hears it. I know she knows that. Like,
yeah.
Because I want to be the best that I can be. Like, I don't want to just be the best that I can be. Like, I want to be better than everybody else in like the field that I'm in.
Yeah.
At any job and any time of my life. Like, like I'm just gonna, like, I just want to dominate. And like, sometimes I feel like she's the one to like let me be like it's okay, like you can take a step back from that. And then like that's the beauty of it. It's like that's what I really love about her, and that's like the thing that I really like respect about her as like in a relationship, is that she brings forth like that feminine energy for me to just be like relax a little bit, because I'm always trying to be like vibrating on every wavelength like all the time. And when I'm like, no, this wasn't good enough, like she's like, you don't have to be good enough all the time, like you're already good enough. And I'm just like, you don't understand.